I've organized this introduction to Lean around three elements. The first element, culture, and the tagline, it's not about the tools. And I say that because in many, if not most organizations, there's a tendency to fixate upon the tools and the techniques in the Lean toolkit, and to believe that if you train the staff on these tools, you will achieve Lean processes and a Lean culture. And although you achieve some benefits, generally speaking, those benefits are localized. They tend not to be transformative in nature, and they're not sustainable very often. So what do we mean by a Lean culture? It's the sum at all levels in the organization of the behaviors and mindsets of leaders and managers with respect to their supporting end-to-end root cause problem solving on the processes. It's looking at all the things that encourage and support those behaviors or impede them. So hard incentives, soft incentives, what gets you promoted in the organization, what tends to get you into trouble, what kinds of people get hired, how are leaders mentored and trained. If you're starting a process excellence journey or in the midst of one and struggling with having impact or with sustainment, then I would suggest the thing to focus on is the leadership behaviors and the leadership models in the organization, as opposed to focusing on the tools and techniques of Lean or the mechanics of projects and project management. Second element, value stream, and that this is not the same thing as process. The value stream is about establishing what the customer or client values and then relentlessly allowing value to flow with as little waste as possible. This includes wasted energy, wasted material, wasted time, and perhaps most importantly of all, wasted human potential. Now, there's a big difference between just having a process, right? But a process that's fragmented, has many redo loops, rework, fumbled handoffs, a lot of wasted time, as compared to a value stream where value is generated and delivered with ideally no waste or very little waste. The third element, and we've mentioned it a couple of times already in this video, is root cause problem solving as the key organizational capability and individual skill. Now, what we're not talking about with this is putting out the fire. It's getting to the root issues, which requires a culture that supports digging into these issues without people getting defensive. It means that if we're going to improve this end-to-end value stream, that very often we're going to have to look at things which are quite outside of the normal scope of a lot of organizations' problem solving, which tends to be limited to one department or one function or one location. We might have to look farther afield. That means people from various areas need to work together collaboratively on those problems, and again, without defensiveness, without finger pointing, without blaming. To achieve a value stream which is achieved a very low state of waste means that you can't just solve problems one time and one time only. It requires ongoing, continual questioning of the process and problem solving. It almost always requires that we have to empower the front line in that problem solving activity. To have simply senior leaders try to solve every problem in an organization is one of the big reasons why you never get that progress, because it gets bottlenecked to a very small group of people. You need to decentralize and tap into the creativity of the people who know the work best, but that means they need to have access to data, they need to have the authority to make changes. Yes, some decisions need to go to more senior people, but a lot of it needs to be made closer to the work. Culture, value stream, root cause problem solving. In my opinion, those are the three main foundational aspects of Lean.